On October 13th, 2021, a body was discovered surrounded by rose petals in a home located in the town of Greer, South Carolina. Dubbed the Rose Petal Murder, this horrific crime would set off a series of investigations leading down a rabbit hole darker than anyone could have possibly imagined. Fair warning, this will be the most heinous series of crimes we've ever covered, and topics discussed may be extremely triggering to some listeners. If you think this may be you, please turn away now. This week on Death in Entertainment.
Live from Los Angeles.
911, what is your emergency?
Here in Hollywood now.
2 counts of murder,
Injury and death.
Oh my God!
Shocking new details
That has stunned the entertainment world.
This makes me a little nervous.
The hair stood up on my arms.
Just like in the movies.
What do you call this thing anyway?
Death
In entertainment.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Kyle Plouffe.
My name is Mark Mulcairn.
And I'm Alejandro Dowling.
And this is episode 78 covering the Rose Petal Murder that happened in Greer, South Carolina in October of 2021.
It sounds like only a lot of bad things happen in South Carolina. I don't know. I don't have anything to back that up yet.
Specifically, Greer, South Carolina, too.
Really?
Yeah. Very conservative, very religious. And
it's haunted by a lot of skeletons, like
Yeah.
the one behind me right now.
yeah, exactly.
And we will not have rose petal tinted glasses as we go through this today.
We will not. But you know what we will do?
What?
We're going to shoot all the way over to October 13th, 2021. All right, pop culture in 2021, October 13th. What is going on in the world of music?
Let me field that one, actually. The Billboard top 3 songs at this time. Number 3 is "Fancy Like" by Walker Hayes.
Yeah, Walker Hayes.
Walker. Sorry.
I'm about to be walking out of here because of how bad that song is. I've never heard it in my life, and I had to listen to it today, and I was like, this is, not good.
So people are actually, this feels like it's like all, industry created top 3. Like these aren't real people.
Yeah.
They're not real artists and they're not real songs.
Well,
AI generated all the pop hits.
Yeah, ChatGPT, that's their favorite song.
I mean, the top 2, I actually really enjoy those songs, but that third one, I've never even heard of in my life. I don't know how that is.
How does it go?
Ooh, you challenged him. Oh, okay.
Well, because you said you listened to it today. I want to
and
hear how bad it is.
That's how bad it is that my brain rejected it, and I don't
really?
remember any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the opposite of ChatGPT. Feel good about that.
And you know what pisses me off?
Oh, here we go. Let's hear this gripe.
Another song with the name Fancy. Reba McEntire did it first.
Okay.
Then there was Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
Now we got, who is this? What's the artist?
Walker Hayes.
Yeah, I mean, how dare you?
I like your Andy Rooney-esque, diatribe. You're like, what's going on today with these fancy songs? They're not fancy anymore, I'll tell you that much. Number 2, Industry Baby by Lil Nas X.
No, Lil Nas X. That was.
I thought there was a new one. I'm like, wow, there was a spinoff of Lil Nas X.
As you all can tell, Mark is very hip and with it.
I know Lil Nas X. He did the horses in the back.
He calls me Andy Rooney.
Yeah,
and he's
I know.
like, next we're gonna talk about Little Waz X.
And the horses aren't the only thing in the back. If you know what I
Oh
mean.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what they thought it was. They thought it was a song about sex.
Oh, it was
Okay. Well,
Oh, the Old Town Road.
yeah, that's a whole other. We don't have time for that.
bumpy road. Why you walking like that, partner?
Let me get in the back room.
Boy.
Number 1.
Back to Brokeback over here.
Number 1 song right now. "Stay" by Kid Laroi. Stay by Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
These are like word salads. I don't even know what's going on here.
Another one. There's a million songs called Stay.
I like the Lisa
Yeah.
Loeb one.
Yeah, Lisa Loeb and then Sam Smith had a famous one.
I only hear what I want to.
Yeah, that's a Loeb one.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
lives in this neighborhood. I saw her on like a Facebook neighborhood group.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't she post something strange?
Yeah, she did. She was looking for something. She was looking for like an extension cord, and like I was like, fuck it. I decided
For her career?
I took no for her like backyard.
Yeah, I need to plug in this music mixing machine.
Yeah.
I need to extend this one-song career a little bit. If anyone can help me out with that.
Are they doing a sequel to that Ethan Hawke movie? What was it called?
Reality Bites.
Reality Bites.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone know anyone working on that sequel?
Yeah.
I bet she wishes she could have stayed in the 90s.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, that's music right there. Let's do some movies.
Movies. Number 3, Addams Family 2. Not to be confused with the real Addams Family 2 called Addams Family Values.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my God, that's so confusing.
This is the cartoon version, and
Oh.
I'll keep going with the Andy Rooney shtick.
There we go.
It really gets my goat that sequels always have to go to the beach. Like, oh, it's a sequel. Let's send them to the Bahamas.
Yeah, we talked about that with Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
You were like, there's a beach one. I was like, what? And they really did.
Yeah.
They call that jumping the shark. That was an episode of Happy Days where Fonzie literally jumped over a shark while surfing.
Yeah.
And I'm about to jump to number 2,
Let's do it.
Venom. Let there be carnage.
Let there be a refund.
Yeah. Oh!
Let there be carnage. Another title to this episode, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a good candidate.
Yeah.
As well as the number 1 movie could be.
Okay, well, let's get
Let's
to
jump.
it.
Let's jump right to that too. Then.
Number 1, James Bond. No Time to Die.
This was one of the worst ones of the Daniel Craig.
I
Bonds.
skipped it.
Yeah, it was bad.
I can't take them anymore. It's just
Daniel Craig?
Well, the new Bonds just aren't Bond to me.
I like the one where Adele
Hello.
did the song. I don't know what that was.
Skyfall.
Yeah, that one was great.
Yeah, that one had
Sam Mendes directed
right.
that. Yeah.
See, yeah, they got worse since then, though. I think.
Yeah, progressively worse.
But that had a good villain. It's all about the villain.
Yeah. Who was
Wasn't
that?
that haircut guy from No Country for Old Men?
Yeah, it was him.
Sugar.
Anton Chigurh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Daniel Day-Lewis.
That no,
No, the other one.
that's
The
Let There
other
Be.
one.
Let there be. No, there will be blood.
Yeah.
Let there be blood. No, what is his name?
I always get confused
Oh,
with those.
Javier Bardem.
Yes.
Bardem. Yeah.
Anyway,
For some reason, I mixed those two up.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well,
and
because you're insane.
It's okay. Don't,
Maybe they're
don't,
both method actors or something.
Yeah.
don't worry about it. And right now, unfortunately, we have no time to keep talking about the Bond movie.
That is correct, sir.
I'm fine with that.
Let's go to it. All right. So, October 13th, 2021. This one is a wild ride. So, we're going to start with the actual murder, and then we're going to do a little memento and see how we got there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So buckle up, everybody.
up.
It's gonna
Strap
be
in.
Yeah.
very wild. Lots of twists and turns, I hear.
You're going to have whiplash. There's so many twists and turns.
Oof,
Yeah.
like Jennifer Grey in
Yeah.
Ireland.
Oh yeah. She almost like knocked her head off. Basically.
Yeah. Let's hope it's not that serious for us
It was
today.
it was almost like Hereditary. The head was just knocked off.
Yeah. All right, so we're starting with The Who, not the band.
Pete Townsend.
Yeah. Around 10 a.m. on the morning of October 13th, 2021, a brutal murder occurred in the town of Greer, South Carolina. 41-year-old Christina Parcell, a very well-liked veterinary technician at Foothills Vet Hospital in Greenville, South Carolina, was found in her sister's home. So essentially what happened was that morning, Christina's fiance, Bradley Post, he was trying to get in touch with her that morning, and she wasn't responding to any calls or texts. And, you know, by 11 a.m., he had finally been, like, so worked up about it, being like, I need to go see and check on her to see if she's okay. He ended up going over Christina's sister's house, because that's where this all happened.
Okay.
So her sister owned a home. She was there. And then he's like, okay, I got to go check to make sure she's okay. So he goes over there. And what he found was just out of a horror movie. He found the body of his own fiancée, Christina Parcell, at 11 a.m. in the living room of the home owned by Christina's sister, Lutina Parcell. He obviously found her covered in blood. Her face was unrecognizable, with a blood trail that led him to believe that she was dragged into the room that she was found in. So she was found in like the front living room right there when like the door opens.
Gotcha.
And like I said before, she was surrounded by rose petals and like put into a certain pose. So like they don't know if when she was murdered that she was posed for pictures or something, but they know like something completely horrific has happened.
I don't know the story. I'm like Mark here, but maybe
Yeah.
whoever killed her was trying to do something
Like recreate
that.
that or something.
Yeah, they said it was like a very ritualistic scene that like clearly whoever did this like set it up to make it's either like a religious thing or like, you know, that's what the killer, it could be like a serial killer thing where this is what the person does. It's like their ritual.
Okay.
But they still had no idea what was going on because he had just called them at 11 in the morning. So
Possibly his calling card.
yeah, exactly. So he calls the police, and the formal investigation launches immediately. And people were confused as to why this would have happened to her because she was well known as like an extremely loving friend and mother. She had a 10-year-old daughter at the time that obviously everyone felt horrible for. And her coworkers at the vet hospital said she had the personality, quote, the size of a high rise. Parcell was described by her coworkers as
Mark came in. Mark was trying to unpack that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to think
So
about it.
a high rise
It's a compliment.
is a good. It's like a tall
Big
building.
person.
A
Personality.
big personality.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, a lot very spunky.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a personality like the Twin Towers.
yeah, that someone wanted to take down.
Before 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parcell was described by her coworkers as always trying to make everyone feel better. They said the dogs loved her, and she did such an incredible job with them. And as for her relationships with people, Parcell, they said about her, she always had an ear and always tried to make you smile, even in the worst of situations. And she was like known as like the supportive shoulder to cry on to friends and family.
So overall, nice person.
Well
Yeah.
liked, big personality, but in a good way.
Yeah. Even the owner of the hospital that she worked at said she did a great job of exhibiting compassion and empathy, and she was always very even-tempered. He said, we traveled some difficult journeys with her over the last 3 years, and I just want people to know she was an amazing person. She loved her daughter, was extremely close to her sister, and she's just not another nameless, faceless victim. So he wanted to like advocate for her publicly, being like, this needs to be told because we need to find out who the fuck would do this to such a good person.
Yeah. Get the word out there that, you know, they mess with the wrong person.
Yeah.
That's very frightening, that kind of scenario, that with all the rose petals, the ritualistic nature of it,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
know that that person's still on the loose.
Right.
And, like, this is just the beginning as far as they know of this. And
Yeah.
It just seems so. Everyone says everything is random, but it's just, like, so out of the blue.
Yeah. She had no known enemies that would want to do this level of harm to her. But the evidence obviously leads you to believe that this is someone with a major axe to grind. It was found out that she was stabbed 31 times in the face and neck. That's what investigators formally call overkill. And overkill,
Literally.
yeah, it's described in like investigations and by psychologists as the infliction of brutal injuries that go beyond what is needed to kill.
So it's not a crime of passion in that sense. It's like someone who is clearly insane.
It's beyond, yeah,
Like, you're probably insane to kill someone anyway, but some people are like, whoops, you know,
yeah.
this happened. I had to kill them just to, you know, just because I was nervous or something. This is someone
Whoops.
that intensely, whoops, I slipped.
10 stabs is overkill.
Yeah.
30?
In the face and neck. And that's
Ugh.
like another thing that they say it needs to be done in two different areas where the each injury would have killed the person, never mind just one of them,
Yeah.
or both of them. They say these attacks are often motivated by high levels of jealousy, betrayal, or anger. They're a sign of someone, quote, out of control and extremely vengeful. And they say generally when we see overkill, it's associated with high levels of anger and rage. Obviously.
Sure.
So why would someone do this fucking heinous and seemingly random crime, but it's like so personal?
Sorry. No. I was just thinking if one of her friends was randomly like, you know what? I was always afraid this would happen to her.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about people who are involved with like gangs or like violence or drugs, it's like,
Like from a young age, you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I could kind of see them going in that direction. But someone who's just a veterinarian who just works with dogs their entire life, you
Yeah.
know, you're like, yeah, I don't really see that. But that would be crazy. The person that did say that would probably
be the murderer.
be the murderer. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? The way she handled that pug that one time, you know, is a little aggressive.
Yeah.
She put Muffy to sleep too soon.
Yeah.
So this prompted obviously complete shock and grief around the town. And, you know, there were churches every day that were giving prayers out to Parcells' friends and family, and particularly they prayed for her surviving daughter, who was 10 at the time her mother was murdered.
So the community steps in,
Yeah.
and everybody's on board. Like, we got to find this.
Yeah, it's a
psycho.
small, tight-knit community, and everyone's like, you know, we got to band together and find this weirdo. Well, the biggest weirdo I've seen so far looking is the brother-in-law or whatever, the
fiance.
the fiance.
Yeah.
That guy looks like my prime suspect right there. Me not knowing anything about this. Anyway,
Well, the photo Kyle chose, it sort of looks like a mugshot.
exactly.
It may or may not be.
Okay.
The
Proceed.
So yeah, like you were saying, the community at large is like grieving for this poor family. Why
Yeah.
would this happen? But as more details emerge, things get crazy.
They get crazy.
Yeah. So in addition to being stabbed a total of 31 times in the face and neck, like I said, she was surrounded by the rose petals. There was also hundreds of dollars in cash inside of envelopes inside of her purse nearby, a white powdered substance inside a small Ziploc bag, as well as her cell phone and a number of thumb drives. Investigators said the scene was clearly staged and she was posed possibly for photos inside of the rose petals. And like you said, obviously, prime suspect number one is the fiance.
Yeah.
Who else would it be? He looks like a fucking crazy person.
9
It's
times
always-
out of 10,
yeah.
it's always a loved one.
Yeah.
He looks like a defrocked priest or something.
Father Gagan.
Yeah, he does.
He looks pissed off in that not mugshot photo.
Yeah.
According to Kyle.
But this also could be like an employee badge picture.
Yeah,
too,
it could be a
you know.
badge. It could be a passport photo. We don't know.
It could be his Outback Steakhouse, you know, employee badge.
He doesn't want to show up that day for
Yeah.
the shift.
His Bloomin' Onion members card.
Yeah. Sir, we have to take a weird picture of you in order to give you the Bloomin' Onion card.
Yeah, or passport. Yeah, that's true.
Could be a passport, yeah.
Yeah. so-
Humorist Irma Bombeck had a book that my mom had. I always saw growing up on the bookshelf. It was called "When You Look Like Your Passport Photo, It's Time to Go Home."
That's hilarious. So yeah, clearly they're gonna look at the fiance. It's like, okay, so you're not home when this happens, but you're trying to call her in the morning for some reason, and you're just trying to nonstop call her and text her that morning,
Yeah.
and then you just have a bad feeling in your gut, and you find her murdered.
Yeah.
Like, cool story,
He's
bro.
trying to set up an alibi.
Yeah, and police will be like, also, just look at your face.
Here, we're gonna detective here gonna put a mirror up to your face so you can see how guilty you are.
Just look at your Outback ID.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, in the relationship or in a marriage, when someone's murdered, 90% of the time, if not more, it's going to be the spouse or the partner. But what happened is that they ended up finding doorbell security footage in the neighborhood of another male entering and leaving the house around the time of the murders.
The ring cam, one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, ring cam.
So there was this guy that was in like a hoodie and had like a face mask on and was on a bike, and he was bigger and stronger appearing than what the fiance looks like.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a hoodie kind of guy.
No.
Oh, yeah. And if he does put it on, it's bad. It, like,
Run.
Yeah, he's in a bad club or something in the South that you don't want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the police, they follow this trail of evidence, video evidence, that ultimately lead them to discover this guy putting the bike inside of a truck. And they're able to decipher what the license plate is from that. When they run the plates, they find that the car belongs to this guy, Zachary David Hughes. This guy.
Okay, he doesn't look like he's up to any good either.
Yeah.
It's all passport photos.
Yeah, he's the guy that works with you. Like, yeah, I'm part of a club. I want you to, on Tuesday nights, we meet to talk about the downfall of the white man.
Starting a new club called All People Matter.
Yeah. Like, I can't do Tuesday. I'm sorry.
All people matter except for you know who.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get back to you, buddy.
We have a couple of specific groups of people we'd like to talk about.
All lives matter except for the ones that don't.
Yeah.
And we know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Am I right, guys? That'd be funny, just a vague hate group that they don't even say the people that they hate.
Yeah, they never have the balls.
They're
to
like, you know what I'm
announce it.
talking about?
We know.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
So this guy's deal, he's apparently an acclaimed Juilliard concert pianist
What?
from California with absolutely no known ties to Christina.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Juilliard.
Juilliard,
I
graduate.
really judged this guy by the cover.
I know. Yeah.
I know, I really did. I thought he was like, like a white supremacist group hitman or a button guy for, a
Yeah.
hate group.
And he's like an albino with a ginger beard.
Yeah. He,
He
looks
looks
very
like
Irish.
He looks like a Sons of Anarchy extra or something.
Yeah. He's the stand-in for fucking No Sack.
Yeah, for
Or
a
half
half
sack.
sack. Johnny Lewis, yeah.
Or he looks like one of Jesse Plemons' cousins
Yeah.
from Breaking
Yeah,
Bad.
who came up in my Woodstock episode. It looks like he would have been the person, the tent next to me at Woodstock 99.
Yeah, right. This guy was at Woodstock 99.
Yeah, he's like, I can't wait for Limp Bizkit.
So they immediately
While he's cleaning his gun.
He fires the gun off when
Oh, shit!
when the set starts.
I don't want to break stuff. I want to shoot stuff.
So they immediately
Kid Rock is like, Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Then he starts firing his bazooka.
Bud Light cans flying. They immediately question this guy, Zach, and he's not cooperative from the start. They get his DNA. We don't know how because he wasn't cooperating and he wasn't under arrest yet. So I think they might have been like, here, you want a fucking soda pop? And then they just took it off him.
They do that in The Client.
Yeah.
They do that to Mark Swade. They give him a can of Sprite and then they take it for Prince afterwards.
Yep.
I like the idea that this guy would be that stupid. Like, sure, I'll have a soda pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They didn't teach that in Juilliard. Don't get your DNA on a Sprite can.
Yeah. So they check his DNA against the DNA they found under Christina's fingernails. It was a match. So they got this guy dead to rights.
He's done.
Yeah.
Put him away. Throw away the key.
Arrived shortly before and left shortly after the murder. She tried to fight back. There's DNA under her fingernails. Like, yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And once they find out, the DNA matches, he gets arrested. He then goes completely silent, completely non-cooperative, and doesn't give the police the passcode to his phone because they're like, hey, give it to us and we'll make things easier for
And
you.
we
And
know
he's
how
like,
Apple
"Fuck
is
you."
after the San Bernardino shooting. We know how Apple is with that. They will not help you crack an iPhone at all.
They will not. And police made almost 700,000 attempts to crack the code on his phone.
And Apple wouldn't help them.
No.
Apple has
They won't.
established in 2015, 2016 that they will not do it.
Yeah.
Why?
No matter what. It's privacy concerns.
Okay, yeah,
E-
but
even-
there's
e-
some extenuating circumstances.
No,
you would
they don't
think.
see it that way. Because any cell phone company come out like, hey, buy ours. We, like Better Call Saul. Like we don't let people crack into your phones.
Yeah. It took over 700,000 attempts in 9 months for them to finally crack the code by brute force. They just kept going one after another.
Trying different codes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if I call that brute force. That's just trying a lot of code.
Yeah, anybody could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but what is it? 6 digits? 6 numerical digits that you
It
have
was
to-
6. You
It's
can do
6.
four or 6, but his was 6.
Okay. yeah.
Wow, what a effort they put in.
I
Just
thought they
sitting
had
there
they had
and-
a software to do that, but I guess they just have to do it manually.
They did have software to do it, but it constantly needs to make the attempt, and if it doesn't go through, you got to wait the seconds, and then it locks you out of the phone for however long. And so,
Oh,
however,
my
repeating that
God.
process, the phone doesn't shut off or anything. It
You
just
just got to
allows
keep
you to
track
repeat.
of everything you've tried. Yeah.
Yes.
So over time, you can crack any phone, basically.
Pretty much, yeah, if you got enough time.
Yeah.
You don't see that plot device on Law and Order.
Yeah.
It says 6 months later.
Yeah.
And someone's like, hey, I got it.
He looks around. It's dead at night. No one else is there. Oh, yeah.
Mariska, where you at?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we got a little bit of an update here.
But we begin right now here at 6 o'clock. Investigators have finally broken into the phone of a suspected killer. Zachary Hughes is charged with murder stemming from the October 2021 stabbing death of Christina Parcell. Experts spent 9 months making more than 670,000 attempts at guessing Hughes' passcode before hitting on the correct one. Greenville County deputies say Hughes killed Parcell at her home on Canebrake Drive in Greer. Reports say she was stabbed 31 times. Now the state wants the court to hold Hughes in contempt. They say he should have had the passcode sooner. Fox Carolina's Grace Runkle joins us live with much more tonight. Grace.
Well, investigators say Zachary Hughes' iPhone will help them figure out exactly what happened at the Parcell home on Canebrake Drive here on October 13th, 2021. Now, according to new court documents, experts cracked the code back in February, but the solicitor's office says they should have been given the code back in September.
Yeah, so they really wanted that code for so long, and he was not offering it up. They finally got it, and boy, they found
They
some
got a
things.
treasure trove of stuff.
They got some things, yeah, for sure.
Can't wait to hear what they found. And did you notice that reporter was acting like she was doing the weather report?
Yeah.
Instead of a map of the weather, it was like the crime scene.
Yeah.
And she was like, see, right over here, there's some cops standing around.
We got a murderer ginger front coming through the west, actually, pushing east.
And a flurry of text messages on the way.
Yeah. That's going to flurry right down.
Yeah.
But it'll be done by 5 p.m.
So when they crack into his phone, they're also processing, digital forensic evidence from Christina's own cell phone. Evidence which would result in the arrest of her fiance, Bradley Post. The guy that we saw before.
Wait a second. What?
So you were correct that this was, in fact, a mugshot.
Oh, I thought so.
This isn't my first rodeo.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you would lose money on what he got arrested for. So people are going nuts when they find out that he got arrested. People are losing their shit, being like, oh, my God, her fiance must have hired this guy, Zach, who's clearly the murderer. There's more than enough evidence to prove that he's actually the one who did it. But
Sure.
why else would he be arrested? So this is where I would encourage anyone who would be triggered by the topics we mentioned earlier, leave now. Give you a few seconds, okay?
Forever hold your peace.
We love you. We'll see you next week.
And we're done with any joking.
Well, kind of.
Well, I'm just saying that.
Yeah. So when the police officially release his charges, they find out that he was charged with buggery. Do you guys know what that is?
This guy?
Yeah.
I couldn't see him with this guy.
Buggery.
Sounds like a crime in England or something.
Yeah, it's
You bugger.
yeah, it does sound like a priest crime also, like a priest pedophile crime.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Getting closer. So in the South Carolina Code of Laws, Title 16, in Crimes and Offenses, Chapter 15, Offenses Against Morality and Decency, we have Section 16-15-120, a.k.a. buggery.
Sodomy?
And it says, universal citation, whoever shall commit the abominable crime of buggery, whether with mankind or with beast,
With mankind.
shall, on conviction, be guilty of felony and shall be imprisoned in the penitentiary for 5 years, or shall pay a fine of not less than $500, or both. So you go to prison for 5 years, or you pay $500.
I pay the $500.
Yeah, give me the $500.
That didn't sound like
Wait,
that
is
much
this-
of a penalty when you're going against mankind.
Well, that's like the law when they wrote it, probably. Yeah.
So buggery,
$500 is probably like $1 million back then.
right.
buggery is essentially, there's no other way to say this, Bradley was arrested for having sex with animals.
Oh, my God.
So otherwise known as bestiality.
Yes, exactly.
Buggery. I didn't know that was the term for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You little bugger.
Oh, Jesus.
It must have been a real problem like back in the day, especially in South Carolina, like in the 1500s or 1600s. Like people really going ham on these animals.
On these hams.
On these haminals.
Who came in the hams?
Look at that cow. I don't know if I want to eat it or want to fuck it.
This is crazy. So they found out by going through Christina's phone, the victim who was brutally murdered. They went through her phone, found videos of both Bradley and Christina. No other real way to say this. Fucking and being fucked by animals.
They were tag teaming the animals?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dogs specifically.
What?
And did I mention that Christina worked at a veterinary hospital?
You did mention that.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
disturbing.
I feel like, I have like the chills.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because like in any industry, and we've talked about stuff like this before, if you're depraved enough, if you're thirsty enough, you're going to find a well. So like child molesters are going to become priests, so they have access to children. Mentally unstable people who are violent will find their way into the police force and be able to brutalize people with no repercussions or very little.
People that want to fuck teenagers, a lot of female teachers become teachers.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all of them go to Hollywood eventually.
Yeah. Now we got to worry about your vet tech fucking your dog.
Yeah, but she wasn't involved in it, was she?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, she was just saying she had pictures too, along with him.
Oh, okay, hold on.
She was getting railed by a fucking Cocker
Dog.
Spaniel, dude.
Okay, I didn't put two and two together that she's the one taking these pictures from her phone. That's what they
Her
found.
and this guy were
Bradley,
both.
the fucking creepy-looking fiance, and the victim in the case, who was stabbed 31 times in the face.
All three of them were.
No, only those two. Her fiance and her.
They were in flagrante with German shepherds and shit.
Yes.
I have a pitch.
Okay, let's hear it.
Bad pitch already. Bad pitch.
Now that I'm up to speed, let's hear your pitch.
Animal Planet.
No.
But True Detective, Animal Planet collaborate and do like a True Detective season 6. No? Did you say woof?
No, I said
woof, woof.
I said oof. Okay, so
Oh my God.
she's doing it.
We'll cut that. We're not going to cut that out. We're going to double that.
Good pitch.
Thank you.
I mean, we'd all watch that show.
Matthew McConaughey trying to figure out who's fucking his dog.
Not
It's
all
Woody
right,
Harrelson.
not all right.
All right.
Yeah,
not all right.
Yeah, turns out it's Woody Harrelson
yeah.
Oh my God.
on the show.
On the show.
Yeah.
I'm just still trying to wrap my head around that she's involved in it.
Yeah, the woman who was murdered
You said she was innocent.
I didn't say she was innocent. I said her
She was
friends and
well
family
liked. She was
said.
well liked.
You tricked me.
Yeah.
Yeah. that
Tricked
was-
everybody. It's so everyone feels tricked by this woman.
That was a twist I didn't see coming.
Yeah,
no,
there were
I did not see that coming.
photos and videos of her and her fiance fucking and being fucked by dogs.
Is he being fucked by the dogs too?
Probably.
We don't need to get that deep into it.
Sounds like the dogs did.
He likes it rough.
Oh no.
Come on. I like this. We said we're gonna stop joking.
Hot dog.
No, I mean you can't not joke about
I
this.
know
This is
it's
fucking ridiculous.
It's crazy. But this guy, of course, I would be surprised if he wasn't fucking dogs. but her, she seems like such a nice, wholesome person. But I don't know how she got wrapped up with this maniac.
Yeah, that's why people are floored. Like
yeah.
what?
How would you think somebody is a great person, pillar of the community, and not see any signs that she's fucking Lassie on the side?
Yeah, she's not like sneaking dogs off and blowing them in the friggin' bathroom or something.
God,
Like,
Jesus.
no one ever walked in on her doing a little red rocket or something.
Oh
Like,
my God.
come on. I mean, there has to be a
Jesus.
sign somewhere.
Talk about Air Bud Golden Receiver.
Oh, Lord.
That's the title of this episode. I
Golden
think.
receiver.
It'd be funny if the fiance was proclaiming his innocence and he's like, Hey, I wasn't doing nothing the dogs didn't want.
Yeah.
What were they wearing?
They barked for it.
Poochie gave me consent. I said bark twice. If you never mind.
She asked for those cocktails, okay?
Jesus Christ. So they were doing it to people's pets.
Was it?
We don't know
Were they her own?
because
Or?
I don't know if they had pets. The investigation's still ongoing, and the trials haven't happened yet. So like they haven't officially released.
Okay.
What
So
was
more
going
likely
on,
than
but
not, they were using other people's dogs.
maybe, yeah.
Man.
So they
It's hard
don't
to
know.
look your own dog in the eye after something like that, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So wait, they
On the walk it
didn't. They didn't find any pets at this place. Wouldn't that be our answer right there?
The dogs probably all ran off. Maybe they killed her.
Maybe. Oh shit.
Yeah, the dog's just like, let's get out of here. Maybe it was like United, United 93, whatever. They all just rushed her, at the opportune moment to take down the plane. Well, let's roll. Was that what they said?
Yeah, let's roll.
Let's rough.
Let's roll over. Where's Cujo when you need him?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that dog would not fuck around with any of this shit.
I mean, he might take it a little bit, but,
Yeah.
but then he'd murder them.
He's like Ving Rhames in Pulp Fiction. They'll get medieval on their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not only that, finding the bestiality and buggery videos
Yikes.
between these two fucking weirdos.
Jesus. You think the officer had to do a double take?
Ooh.
Yeah, when he finally opens it, he's like, "You find anything, Murray?" Nah, she's just fucking a dog in this one. Wait, what did I just say?
I.
You say we're fucking the pooch here on the case? No. She's fucking the pooch.
No,
on the
she
fucking-
screwed the
in the
pooch.
cell phone. On the iPhone, she screwed the pooch. Wait a second. Yeah. Another detective who doesn't get things anyway.
Humana.
Hey, what's for lunch? They're like 1920s detectives or
Yeah.
PIs.
You want a hot dog? I mean,
Yeah, I would say, it's an all right looking dog,
Okay.
all right, let's continue.
Yes.
Where else did this case go?
So
How
like
crazier can we get here?
yeah. So like you were leading us to right before we got into all that, saying the jokes end here. They really do end right here.
Okay.
Because not only did they find all those horrible things with them doing stuff to the dogs, and there's no other way of putting this, but they also found horrific videos and photos of them creating child porn with Christina's own daughter.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Absolutely disgusting. These people are terrible. Worst of the worst. Like, awful.
Yeah, that's just unfathomable.
Yeah. So they found the buggery stuff first, and then for whatever reason, it took them a while. He was out on bail, walking around town doing interviews and stuff. He has since been charged in connection with a child pornography investigation related to evidence obtained from the murder scene, her cell phone. He's currently facing 5 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor in the 1st degree, 1 count of sexual exploitation of a minor in the 3rd degree, 1 count of 3rd degree criminal sexual content with a minor, and 1 count of buggery, like we said before. No court date has been scheduled for him yet, and as of this podcast, he remains incarcerated at the Greenville County Detention Center.
Lock him up.
I know.
Throw
Throw
away the
fucking key.
Yeah, get rid of them.
You think the judge is going to be like, look at all the charges. Let's deal with the buggery first.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
This photo is now so much creepier knowing
All that stuff, yeah.
And how old was she again?
41.
Yeah.
Because that guy looks a lot older, her fiance.
Yeah, she's got a thing for older guys.
Because that's just a really creepy combo. And knowing what we know now, I mean.
How does that even come
picturing
up? Like
them together.
them going down these crazy paths of like weird sex stuff. Like,
Yeah, fucking dogs and being fucked by dogs, and then sexually exploiting your own child. Like
They must be just two really messed up people that just happen to meet, or they got drunk and started talking about some crazy stuff. That, in the lower depths of their insane minds, and then they got to this moment. I don't know. It could have been him like pushing it along. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, possibly, but she's
he
just as responsible because,
of course, yeah.
Bradley Post and his fiance, who was murdered, Christina, her estate, they're both listed as defendants in 2 lawsuits. One brought on behalf of Parcells' own daughter, and the other brought on behalf of another minor female allegedly sexually victimized by the couple.
Man.
The first lawsuit filed in February 2022. Parcell and Post took pictures and video of and with the minor female. These images and videos were uncovered during the investigation of the murder of Parcell, which is obviously from her cell phone. According to the second lawsuit filed last August, Parcell's own daughter was allegedly photographed and videoed for sexually explicit content.
Just when you think you've heard about most of the depraved cases in this world.
Yeah.
Some of these small towns, they get some weird stuff going on under the surface. It's like a David Lynchian type of creepy people. I don't know.
This is the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah.
And we talked about this on the Glee episode, Mark Salling, because remember he would talk to his girlfriend and be like, hey, I got all this child porn.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? And then the girl's like, no.
Yeah.
And then told the authorities. Well,
Good on them.
that could have happened with this couple.
Exactly. So you think this is a horrific murder that happened to someone who's a pillar of the community, and then you realize oh, this guy shouldn't even be arrested. Let him go.
Wait, so how did he even come across these scoundrels?
So more weird news comes in because they have no connection between Zachary and Christina or Bradley. And another turn of events, Christina's ex-husband and the father of Christina's daughter is arrested for illegally taking their daughter out of the country due to custody orders. So he takes her to Italy. And when does he do this? When Christina gets murdered. So her ex-husband's name is John Mello. And if anyone was wondering what the tie-in to entertainment would be, this is it. John is a longtime music producer.
Did he do the single Mellow Yellow?
He should have. Actually, he might have. He, according to his own LinkedIn, which is still live, by the way, he spent decades as an independent touring and recording backup singer and music industry impresario.
I'm impresarioed by that.
Yeah. Including stints at Rocket Records, MCA Records, as well as smaller independent labels. And he was owner of the famous Doll Hut Rock and Roll Pub in Anaheim, California, which is still ongoing right now. It's still open to this day.
He started it?
Okay.
He's one of the owners.
So this is a big-time guy.
Yeah.
He's a mover and shaker.
He's worked,
What's he doing in South Carolina then?
Yeah. Rural South Carolina.
No offense.
wants to be close to his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
So, as we know, the judicial system always wants the mothers to have custody of the children.
Sure.
And so he's like, fuck it, I'll go move
Maybe
there.
not the best scenario not the
Yeah.
best case study here.
Yeah. So he said he's worked with, as a producer, he's worked with Elton John, the Rolling Stones, Jimmy Page, Christine McVie, Rick Agnew, Neil Young, Keith Richards, Little Richard, Booker T. Jones, Ron Wood, Jimmy Cliff, and many others.
Wow.
Some of those might be some stretches.
Yeah.
He got coffee or donuts for people.
Yeah, Little Richard?
Yeah.
What did he do
Oh, yeah,
for him?
we're old friends, yeah.
His last thing in his bio on his LinkedIn, which, again, is still live, he says, I'm co-owner of Kosher Pizza Songs Limited Music Publishing Company.
Kosher Pizza
Kosher
Songs?
Pizza Songs Limited.
Kosher Pizza Songs Limited.
I don't even know how to unpack that.
I don't even know. It's just a bunch of words thrown in together.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is what he looks like.
He looks kind of like the fiance, but better.
Yeah.
He looks like from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He does. Yeah, Gus Fring. No, yeah. No,
Not Gus.
The
No,
guy in the
other
wheelchair.
guy.
Yeah, the
Ding,
wheel-
ding, ding, ding,
ding ding guy.
He looks like a guy at a. He'd bump into you at a bar and like, will you fuck my wife while I watch?
Yeah, like he's in the same bar as Steve
Yeah.
Buscemi and Peter Stormare
Yeah.
in Fargo.
Yeah. He drinks like wine spritzers while you have sex with his wife.
I mean, it's sex with his dog or something.
Probably, you know. He plays the piano or something in the corner while you have sex with his dog.
And
Yeah.
I'm noticing they all have a very similar mugshot. The background, it must have been same place.
It looks like they just got a haircut. Like they have like the the thing they drape around you when you get a haircut. They cut their hair and then they take a mugshot of them.
they put the mirror behind them.
Yeah,
That's literally exactly what that looks like.
You want it to go shorter?
Yeah.
Or is that good?
Do you want just a regular supercut or do you want something off the menu?
He's like way off the menu.
Yeah.
You know who the fiance kind of looks like? If Bernie Madoff had AIDS.
Oh my God.
We can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this John Mello fellow. You like that?
Call him Yellow Fellow.
Yeah.
He ain't so mellow anymore.
No. So he gets arrested for taking his daughter out of the country illegally because he had custody orders to, keep her in the same town. The only way you can take her on a vacation or anything is if you get permission, and then the court needs to sign off on that. So he comes back 8 days after the murders. Him and his daughter fly back in. And when he gets arrested, he gets taken to jail, and they say, who is your point of contact? Like, who's your family member that you want us to call or, have on record for you in case anything goes wrong? The only family contact he listed was, wait for it, Zachary Hughes, which is the alleged murderer.
The Juilliard.
The Juilliard concert
he
pianist.
did spend some time in California, this fella.
Yeah.
This Mellow fella.
Yeah, Mello's from Southern California.
So there you go.
And so is Zachary Hughes.
Yeah. I see a connection here.
Yeah, but not the brightest bulb on the tree if you're going to list the murderer of your wife as your emergency contact 8 days after the murder when you get back.
Probably not.
I might say that light bulb is just off.
Yeah. So then they go through his phone and they find, because he gets arrested, they're like, we want to know why or how you did this. Like, we want to go through your phone. So they find almost 2,000 text messages between Mr. Mello and Zach Hughes on the messaging app WhatsApp.
Yeah.
They were using WhatsApp for that kind of information?
Well, people think you can, get away with it there.
Well, WhatsApp is encrypted, so, it's a lot of people use it to, keep their messaging anonymous or avoid paying ridiculous fees for, messaging or calling out of country. And it's what drug dealers use to keep communications encrypted and private.
Because you can't.
I've heard.
You can't. Yeah. You can't wiretap WhatsApp. But
Yeah.
if someone actually gets your phone, then you're kind of
You're
fucked.
fucked, yeah.
Yeah, it just feels like still, you got to be a little more careful.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're planning a murder.
Wow.
Well, sometimes you don't think everything through.
Yeah.
So one of the messages found
They
in
exchange TikTok videos to talk about the plan.
yeah. One of the messages found on his phone was from John, again, Christina's ex-husband, asking Zachary, Christina's alleged murderer, on the day of the murder, he wrote to him, quote, "How did the music research go?" And Zach responded, "Good. I'll tell you over the phone."
That's code there.
Yeah.
How'd that thing go with the guy in
Yeah.
Jersey?
They're just
Music
talking about
research.
Yeah, just talking about music.
Get there. That's a proper alibi, I guess.
Yeah. They discover that Zachary is not only a close friend of John Mello, but also his handyman and assistant. So it's like a personal and professional relationship with them.
He's like, did you listen to that song Boom Boom Pow yet?
Yeah.
If you know what I'm
The
saying.
Black Eyed Peas. Yeah.
If it was a gun, that'd be the best one. But it was a knife.
I know. I was really trying to come up with a knife reference, and I couldn't.
I'm like, stab, stab, stab.
I failed.
I'm failing. I'm trying to think of one, and I can't.
Mark, help us out.
I
here.
got nothing. I'm leaving you guys out to hang.
Slice of life. I don't know.
That's up to you guys.
Deados, write us in a knife song reference.
Yeah.
The first cut is the deepest.
Oh, that's a good one.
There you go.
Yeah, there we
Cuts
go.
like a knife. Ryan Adams.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like it.
Unrelated to that, it seems like this guy's got some money because he's going out to Italy and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
and,
He's
like,
got a home in Italy, and he's got
Yeah.
a home in California, and he's got a home in Greer.
He's doing pretty well for himself. And it's weird, like, he's just got this random ex-girl and kid in South Carolina. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, she met this fucking dog fucking pedo
And then they moved
and
to
hightailed it with the daughter.
What's it called? Greer?
Greer. Yeah.
Wow.
So, like I said, it's a personal and professional relationship with these two. But he was like painting his house, fixing things around the house, cleaning his house. It does appear, though, that this would be the last job that Zachary would do for Mr. Mello.
He could still be working for him in prison.
Yeah, working on him, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
All right. No, I don't.
What's up, you little bugger? Get over here.
Oh, my God. I feel bad for making fun of the other guy now, the ginger.
Zach.
I know. Let's bring his picture up again because we're going to talk about him a little bit. We don't know much about him other than some things in his background. So apparently he's a huge Lord of the Rings nerd, and he does LARPing, which, if people don't know, is live action role playing, which is where you dress up as like someone from Lord of the Rings and go fuck around in the woods with some other virgins.
That sounds like another crime.
Pretty much it.
It
yeah.
is.
2 counts of LARPing.
Buggery and LARPing.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of those guys that are doing that on the side, they're on Craigslist looking for looking for, victims.
Yeah, you would think he would be the one involved in the child porn ring.
Oh,
like,
Yeah,
come on.
you would.
But when he was growing up, he spent any free time not practicing piano. He was crafting wooden replica swords from the Lord of the Rings books and taking them into the Appalachian woods to do battle with the forces of darkness.
My God.
I mean,
Yeah. Lahu, sir.
but at least in that case, it doesn't harm anyone.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
just having a good time.
Yeah, he's not hurting anyone yet.
Yeah. In 2019, he actually took a break from being this concert pianist, and he was selected from a competitive pool of candidates to attend a Marine Corps officer candidate school in Quantico, Virginia. He earned top marks at like the officer training school, but he was dropped because he ended up getting severe stress fractures in both legs during training.
Really?
Yeah, so
That
his
you gotta
bones
really-
were fucking weak.
Or it's like something.
God.
My God, Kyle, why don't you relax on
Take
that?
it easy on the poor guy.
Yeah. He's like a golem over here.
Yeah. My precious legs
Yeah.
are broken.
That's as far as the Lord of the Rings reference I will go. I don't really know much about it, but clearly, like it seemed like something has to happen to break both legs like that.
Yeah. There was 1,769 encrypted WhatsApp messages allegedly exchanged between him and Mello, and he didn't give it up. They finally just, on like almost the 700,000th try, they got the password correct, and they were able to find the messages.
And they rubbed it in. They're like, WhatsApp now.
Oh, boom!
What's up now?
How you like me now?
How you? What's up now?
His murder case is expected to be tried sometime in early 2024 in Greenville County, South Carolina.
So this is all pending still. So there's more facts that are gonna roll out of this case at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is TBH, and we will update everybody with the goings on. But Hughes actually received dozens of letters of support written to the court about why he should be able to get pretrial bail.
We should write one on our behalf.
I will.
Death and Entertainment.
So these letters were written to the judge by friends, family, coworkers, and even professors from Juilliard.
Yeah.
Saying he shouldn't be in prison. Let him out.
Really?
Yeah, usually when someone's that controversial, the professor would want nothing to do with that person.
Yeah, be like, oh, I never heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
Okay.
Lassie wrote a letter too.
Saying my ass hurts.
They're like,
Thank God for this man.
Louis, we got Beethoven on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty incredible that his professors from Juilliard were like, get this guy out of prison. Fuck you guys. Or out of jail while he's waiting trial.
Yeah, I think he deserves a pardon. I think the governor, I don't know what maniac's the governor of South Carolina these days, but they should pardon this guy.
They should have a legitimate defense where you just point and go, they were fucking kids and dogs.
Yeah.
Let me out.
You
stamps.
For a second, you sound like the comedian from the Geico commercials.
Yeah,
they were fucking the dogs. How can you keep this guy in prison?
Well, you mean Gilbert Gottfried?
Gilbert Gottfried, yeah.
Affleck.
Yeah, Affleck. How can you keep this man in prison?
He was fucking Lassie.
He was sucking. He was fucking Cujo.
Rin Tin Tin. Oh, man. So,
Boy, I mean, all right, so they didn't confess officially.
No, but there's some pretty damning evidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what's the deal with the rose petals then?
They think that it could have been like an American Beauty reference.
Because
there's
movie,
somewhat pedophilia stuff going on in that movie.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So the movie has those elements to it.
Yeah.
And
that's
such
weird.
a strange way to do it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They haven't said if they found like videos or photos of her dead body, but they said it was clearly positioned and those rose petals were done. And she was dragged from another room where she was actually killed into this front living room.
Wow.
Was that to throw investigators off, you think?
Maybe.
Like the road and all this kind of stuff that they did. Like
Could be.
It's a fair point, yeah.
Because that's my next question. It was
I'm
gonna
thinking of
be
the Snowman, like the Michael Fassbender movie.
Yeah.
Horrible movie, but
horrible crime.
yeah.
But why don't they just kill her? Like, why all the pomp and circumstance with it? Because I know he went to Juilliard, but come on.
No, I think Mark might be right. Is like they could have done it to make it look like a calling card for a serial killer or something. Something more. I don't know.
So maybe there was other murders in that area around that time that had similar calling cards.
Yeah.
And she was positioned possibly like American Beauty. Like,
oh, maybe.
Like the cheerleader scene where the rose petals are flying out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they tried to put it at the feet of Mina Suvari did the killing.
She gets a phone call. You think I did what?
I haven't acted in like 10 years.
So this town specifically has been absolutely flooded with child molesters.
What?
Oh my God.
There was a recent sting where 45 predators were arrested after messaging with who they thought were children and showing up to assault them. 45 predators, and I'm sure someone listening would be like, 45 men. Excuse me, 14 of these predators were women. 1/3 were grown women trying to assault children.
What?
Yeah. Horrific. So
is this just like small town America these days? It's just like people trying to meet underage boys and girls online and just like, you know.
Well, police are looking in to see if there are broader ties between Bradley and Christina to like a more organized child predator outfit.
Like a ring, yeah.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Child Predator rings.
One ring.
He is the Lord of the Child Predator rings.
He looks like it. He looks like the final boss.
Fucking cut him down.
One ring to rule them all.
Yeah.
We got to send Chris Hansen with a shotgun into Greer.
Yeah.
After he's done with his tax problems, because he's got his own issues, that guy.
There have been multiple child prostitution and assault rings that have been broken up in Greer alone. Recently, after all this stuff. So they're trying to connect to see if these two people are connected to these other investigations. The armchair detective theory, which I subscribe to, is that the daughter ended up confessing to her father, John Mello, that her mom and her fiance were doing these horrible things to her. And he was like, all right, I'm going to put the hit on her and fucking this'll be it.
Yeah.
And so when he took her out of country, the reason he did that was to get her officially signed up for dual citizenship.
In Italy.
Because they already had a house there. So he would get free or very cheap healthcare. She would get free schooling and healthcare. Like, he's like, you're gonna have a better life away from these fucking pieces of shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anything is a better life.
Yeah.
At that point.
Exactly. So, in my opinion, John Mello, fucking hero. Like, trying to get. He was arrested for breaking custody orders, but he's doing it because maybe they went to the police, maybe they didn't. But vigilante justice sometimes needs to fucking happen.
He's desperate to save his daughter.
Exactly.
Well,
so
this guy, you know, fucking Clemens' cousin.
No, he's handsome and normal now.
Yeah, we're on board with him. We like him. He's gonna rat out Mello, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, he's not saying anything. He's just arms folded, sitting in the jail cell.
Yeah.
He always refused.
He's not gonna incriminate himself.
No, he's not gonna incriminate anyone. I think he's gonna sit there and be
But
like, prove it.
The DNA thing is the only thing they have.
The DNA and the video of him putting the bike that he rode out of the front door of the fucking house into his own truck and then driving away with
That's
that.
not enough. I don't know. I don't.
I mean, that would be awesome, but I think it might be.
I think under scrutiny. I think under a good. If this guy Mello's got money, he's got money for a good attorney, and they could really shake those allegations loose.
There's reasonable doubt.
Yep.
Is there?
I think that's why. Not to say it's these guys. That's why a lot of I think these weird pedophile rings and whatever it is go to these small towns because their police departments aren't built up enough. They don't have a budget in order to actually properly prosecute people like them.
In extremely religious towns.
Yes.
Like, this is a very pious.
And they're also libertarian on some level, so they're not anti-government. So they're libertarian really means on some level pedophilia.
Yeah.
That's what it breaks down to.
It's a little bit of a jump, but
it's a slippery slope. But eventually you get that's a that's a natural conclusion.
The final stop on the libertarian bus, fucking kids.
Yes,
we're losing our libertarian listeners and anyone from South Carolina.
Yeah. I mean,
how the
good
fuck
riddance.
could you live near Greer and sleep well at night?
Oof.
No, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'd use a shotgun for a pillow.
Italy ain't far enough.
No.
Yeah.
It's a real pain in the Greer. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, pain in the. That's another title possibility.
That might be. The
I'd
title.
put that town in the Greer view.
Hello.
I'm gonna put this town in my Greer view.
So yeah, of course, murder's wrong, but so is sexually assaulting your own child and fucking dogs. So, and filming it to potentially sell to other child predators, that is just the most disgusting,
On the dark
heinous.
web, yeah.
Yeah, and
Jesus.
I mean, police have already come out and said that 100% she was in the videos doing bad things to her own daughter,
and she's going to be testifying
animals.
to this case is going to be wild. This court case.
Yeah.
And
imagine this jury that they already have PTSD even before they get called.
Oh,
to
that
jury.
poor jury.
Imagine a case
sitting through all this.
So that's why they're not releasing so much of the information, is because they want an impartial jury. And if everyone heard about what actually happened,
this jury's going to be.
Just say
it's
you're
gonna be
impartial, that you never heard of it.
Yeah,
even if
I
you
want to
have.
move to Greer just so I can be on the jury and acquit this guy.
Yeah.
Kyle makes the effort to move there, and he changes his address.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
cannot acquit you. Or I can acquit you.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, so let me bring this up real quick. This is the other major thing. So like I said, that they got 45 predators off the streets by pretty much to catch a predatoring them.
Yeah.
This one, multiple cheerleading coaches have been accused of a wide range of misconduct and illicit sexual behavior with minors in a new federal lawsuit filed in South Carolina. Among the coaches is Rockstar Cheer co-founder Scott Foster, who died by suicide last week. Foster was accused of soliciting sex and explicit photographs from athletes under his care. His behavior, the lawsuit alleges, is a symptom of a much wider problem. So the suit was filed in Greenville, but it also spans through Greer, and it was a whole fucking ring of coaches that got all these small young cheerleaders into their care and they took pictures of them and had sex with them.
My God.
Yeah.
It's just
And so one of the guys ended up killing himself because he was caught red-handed. And they think that possibly they might be tied to some sort
Like
of
a
ring that's
bigger
going on.
network?
Yeah, exactly.
where does it end? This network. It could go to Europe even.
Yeah.
I just heard a story about Ron. You know Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida who's running
Uh-huh.
for president.
Yeah.
He had some big donor that was like, I read this crazy story yesterday. He was one of the biggest donors for Ron DeSantis, and there was this girl that he knew from his like a family friend or something that he got her these Taylor Swift tickets and asked to see a picture of her breasts in order to do it.
Oh my!
And she was like a teenager or something, and she did it. And then he's like, "All right, you got to come to my place to come get the tickets." And then there he tried to like ask her to do more stuff, and then he got totally busted.
Jeez.
And he
Good.
like, and then he committed suicide before anything really happened.
Good riddance, pal.
I
Yeah.
know.
I'm just sorry that they can't face justice, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the other hand,
They can't hurt anybody.
yeah,
else.
it's good that when they remove themselves from this
And it
earth,
wasn't
you
like
know.
an actual assault or anything, but it was like disgusting. Whatever.
It was attempted.
It was attempted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, the depravity
It's
that
horrific.
goes on. Like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. There's so many twists and turns with this. You don't know who to feel about who until you find it all out, and then now you're looking at this guy and you're like, hey, thank you.
Yeah, you let us rip on him earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you got to go with the flow
I
of the
thought he
story.
was like he was in on it, like he was the the meat and the sandwich between the
No.
dog and the
the meat and the sandwich.
Mark, have a little, more delicacy when it comes to this.
Yeah, Mark's like he was caught between a child and a dog dick. I don't fucking know.
I didn't know you set it
Yeah.
up like that. You purposely.
Well, that's how
misled us.
anyone who experienced this in real time is how they're going to feel about it. It's like, this
Yeah.
guy's a piece of shit. He murdered someone in such a brutal a mother, a pillar of the community,
Yeah.
and then you find out what she was doing behind closed doors. It's like,
Yeah.
how can you hide that? How did no one pick up on that is the most confusing part. to
This
me.
court case is gonna be wild.
It's going to be very wild.
Yeah, I might have to watch that one.
Yeah, 2024. So we got some time, but we will definitely be
Is there
doing
actually a date it's
a
set in
follow-up.
stone?
No,
for okay.
no, it's early 2024. That's all they know.
That jury.
Yeah.
Get on it, Kyle.
It's going to be crazy.
Get
yeah.
on there.
Get your license in South Carolina right now.
Kyle's just like, guilty.
Yep, absolutely. No,
It
not
hasn't even
guilty.
started yet. Oh wait, yeah, not guilty.
Not
Yeah,
guilty.
not
not
No, but
guilty,
what
not
about what about the fiance?
Oh, he
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was imagining the fiance.
Yeah.
Because he's going on trial too, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Wouldn't you rather be on? Oh wait, what jury would you rather be on?
Give me them all.
You know what I mean? Like, do you want to make Zach go free, or do you want to make sure that?
Let Zach and Mello go.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so
then-
that's more important than bringing Bernie Madoff wannabe lookalike.
Well, yeah, because
to
then you can get
justice.
vigilante justice again if the other guy leaves.
Okay.
It's just it's a travesty if these two guys. I mean, I know, like I said, you should not murder people, but if it's already proven and there's video evidence of this woman sexually harming her daughter and animals, bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So that's the story. We're sticking to it. We're gonna have a follow-up eventually when these trials all get off the ground, but
Yeah.
absolutely horrific. And
Yeah, that was a lot to
yeah,
take in.
there's no real final thoughts to have other than
No.
Jesus Christ.
But stay tuned. I guess that's the final thought to have.
Other than
And I'm not talking about the John Ritter movie.
The Jeffrey Jones movie.
The Jeffrey Jones movie. Well, yeah, there's a connection there for sure.
There sure is. Yeah.
even Jeffrey Jones is going, what a sicko.
What fucking animals.
Yeah, no.
Hang them 9 times.
The poor animals.
Oof. Yeah, the dogs. Let's not
The
forget
rich
about
ones, too.
the pets. I mean, there was that movie, The Secret Life of Pets, but
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got for the mailbag today?
Mark,
Oh, yes.
can you help us out?
I sure can. Well, first thing I wanted to mention was I did do the Michael Hutchins episode last week, which, people seem to like. Some people
Great episode.
Great episode. Thank you very much. That was actually based on a recommendation from one of our ardent listeners.
Sarah Alyssa.
Sarah Alyssa, yes. I'm like, Michael Hutchins, that'd be a great one because I've been thinking about that for a while. We got a nice comment on YouTube by a gentleman by the name of Archangel. He said, I saw NXS at the Jones Beach Theater in 1984. And just a reminder, Jones Beach was one of the first venues that NXS played.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Whale Beach.
Yeah. On the Australian coast.
Yeah, very different place. Archangel goes on to say, there were empty seats when I saw them a few years later at the Nassau Coliseum. It was standing room only. Still have my ticket stubs. He was the best singer, Michael Hutchins. Better than Bono. Bold statement right there. But some say Bono didn't have a great voice.
Some fighting words.
They are. But they were good friends, so I think it's all cool. Better than Sting. I like Sting's voice, but okay. Better than George Michael. Maybe some more fighting words.
That's debatable.
I will miss Michael Hutchins forever. I will remember that awful Saturday morning in 1997 when I found out he was gone. I still can't listen to their music or watch their videos. I can't reconcile the fact that something that once brought me great joy makes me sad now.
Oh, that's heavy.
It is heavy.
I wish if you're listening, Archangel, I wish you could listen to his music still.
Sarah Alyssa actually recommended this. I didn't give her a proper shout out on the Michael Hutchins episode. I apologize for that, but Sarah Alyssa did throw down this suggestion for me, which I was scrambling to find a good one, and she had it there for us. So Sarah Alyssa, she said, yes, finally I recommended this. She said that on the YouTube one, and I thank you very much, Sarah, for that recommendation. That was a great one, and very sad story, but very weird story. But great recommendation.
Seems to be the trend.
That's the trend. Yeah.
Thank you again to our patrons on our patreon.com/death and entertainment page. Okay. We're putting all these things up before anyone else sees them, or they're just Patreon exclusives that nobody else will see. Patreon. You will see the breakdown of my conversation and argument and telling off of John Mark Carr, who admitted to killing John Benet Ramsey back in 2006, and we really had it out, and we're going to talk about it. So,
yeah,
if you want to pay $5 a month, you can get it. If you want to pay $10 and help us out even more, you can get it as well. Want to shout out the patrons: Amy, Ashley, Christine, Brandy, Tiger Lily, Afzal, Tiffany, Macklin McGloogie.
Shout out McGloogie, Mac.
And Rebecca Elgood. We love you guys. Thank you so much. And if anybody else wants to follow us on anything else, Death and Entertainment all around, TikTok, Instagram, deathandentertainment@gmail.com. Write us a letter. Tell us to go fuck ourselves. Whatever you want to do.
Smoke signals, we'll take it all.
Yeah. And until next time.
Don't go dying on us.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
You have just heard
a true Hollywood murder mystery.
I have never seen anything like this before.
The movies, Broadway, music, television, all of it.
A place that manufactures nightmares.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
Good night. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.